baffled and can't understand, Minister, why you are framing it in terms of double compensation. If somebody is unfairly dismissed, or they claim unfair dismissal, but they're out of a job, they claim a benefit to which they're entitled and to which they've paid into the system for. Now, they could be, maybe it's gone down to 2 years now, but there was a time when you could be 3-4 years waiting for your case to be heard. I think the lists have come down a bit. But during that period, the Department of Social Protection is paying them a benefit to which they're entitled. They shouldn't need to receive that benefit. They should be free to work and receive their salary. But they've been sacked, and they're trying to prove that they were sacked in an unfair manner, either because procedures were abused and breached, or because they were accused of something they didn't do, or there was sometimes a deliberate attempt to get rid of them, to save having to pay out a load of money in redundancy, or because they were trade union activists and were a bit of a nuisance. Many reasons. And I can tell you, as a first-hand witness, there are many reasons why people can be dismissed and afterwards receive an award for unfair dismissals. If you take the example of the Dunstore strike against apartheid, the shop steward, who was the main representative of the workers during that strike, and they were out on strike for 3 years, when they returned to work after the Irish government banned the importation of South African fruit and vegetables, within a month the shop steward was sacked by Duns. And she was sacked on spurious grounds that there were till shortages repeatedly in her daily account. I worked for Mandate at the time, and my then boss, Brendan Archbold, took an unfair dismissal case for Karen. It took 2 years before it was heard. When it was heard, we were well aware going into it that the total amount of compensation that she could receive was 2 years' salary. In actual fact, she received much less because, unfortunately, when she was being interviewed by the tribunal, she said that they asked her, what did you do to look for alternative employment? Because that's one of the questions you're asked by the tribunal, the state, in other words, the people representing the state, and you have to say, I went for interviews, or show that you went for interviews, or that you tried to get alternative employment. And Karen said, I was thinking of emigrating to England. And because of that, they deducted from her compensation a time that she might have been out of the state, but wasn't. So it's really, the Unfair Dismissals Act is an unfair Dismissals Act. It doesn't pile loads of compensation to the victim of the dismissal. Quite the opposite. So the benefit should be seen as an unemployment benefit, and the compensation is something separate. The benefit we're arguing for should be retrieved by the state from the employer because he or she or the company forced the person out of work.